Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear and see me. I had just had a lot of technical difficulty trying to get this stream set up. So I'm hoping that doesn't continue throughout the rest of it. That would be bad, B-A-D, bad. I've got my laptop here so I can read what's going on because my iPad's almost dead. So I'm just going to put this here while I just see what everybody's doing. Hello, Marcel, Summerman, 9127. Hello, Akitsuno. Hello, Ryan. I never get to attend these. Yeah, I don't usually do them on Mondays, but last week was too crazy and I couldn't do it when I wanted to. Greetings from Germany. Got my Rotten Harvest copy from Essen. Love it. I'm so excited. First, watching Jamie, and the evening trying myself. Perfect. Seen and heard. Thank you, Ryan. Very, very much thank you. Hello, Jen Plays Solo. Hello, John Tripp. Hello, Jeff Lamb. Hello from Malaysia. Woohoo! Awesome. Hello, Foolish Goat. And hello, Katarzina. I don't know if I said that right. Love the Disney sweatshirt. Thank you. Yes, I thought it was very fitting. It's a Halloween sweatshirt. Yeah, so I tried to set up the stream. My front-facing camera would not connect. Actually, I'm going to turn it off. I think I left it on. Hold, please. Yep, sure did. I don't know what happened and why it decided today that it did not want to participate in doing the stream. I just filmed with it, so it works and it's working, but it won't connect to OBS. For whatever reason. So luckily I have my phone that I can use as a camera and the top-down camera is working, so that's good. But yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Liata. Hi, just watched your Hunter Sunny Days Mall yesterday. Perfect. Yeah, it's a doozy. First time live. Welcome, Chelsea. Hey there, friends. Hey there, Michelle. Hello, Mallory, Final Girl. Hi, hi, hi. So, yeah, we are. Hello from the UK, Rain Dog. Hello from Canada. Nice to see you. So, we are playing Rotten Harvest today. I did just get my copy in the mail, which is very exciting. I got the miniatures as well, but as per usual, we don't play with miniatures on the streams because they're too hard to see. You know what I mean, Jelly Beans? And I'm going to be streaming again this week on Friday on Halloween. And we're going to be playing Shriek because this also just came. Look, it's still in shrink. So, I haven't played it yet. I haven't played Rotten Harvest yet. I like to play these for the first time with you guys. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Hello, my board game era. Just played Final Girl last night. Kicked Fate's butt and the eyeless. Love it. Good star night. You'll love to see it. So let's jump down to the table. And hold. Everything is so far away right now. So because I was having technical difficulties, I've already read through all of the rules, but I didn't get to reread through all of the rules before I started. But there's not a ton of like new rules with this one, but we'll go over everything. So, we are playing Rotten Harvest. We have Grimlash at Shady Acres. So, maybe to start, let's talk about Grimlash. Once again, I haven't played this yet. We're learning together. We're playing together. It's going to be great. And before, just like while I'm explaining it, there are two final girls, of course. We have Vicky and Joy. So I haven't decided who I want to be. If there's a particular one that you would like to see, let me know. Vicky has 5 save spots. Joy has 6. Vicky's special ability. When resolving a walk or sprint, each star in the final result, you may spend 1 time to move an additional space. And for Joy, once per turn, you may ignore a single damage or a heart. Ooh. You guys let me know. Put them in the comments, please, and thank you. All right, so let's talk about Grimlash first. He is our killer. So the first thing you may notice is there's this little pumpkin token, and that is Harvest Madness, okay? So during the game, we're going to be increasing our Harvest Madness anytime that we see that little pumpkin symbol. We're just going to be moving it along this track here. Now, the Harvest Madness is good, but it can also lead to death. So let's talk about that. The Harvest Madness marker is going to be moving, and when it reaches a space corresponding to a new level. So there's 3 levels. We have level 1, level 2, level 3. So each time it reaches a new level, so we have 1, 2, and 3, we are going to draw 2 cards from the Harvest Madness deck for that level, and we will choose to keep 1. And then we'll discard the other. The Harvest Madness card abilities will remain in effect as long as we remain at that level. Okay, so our level is going to be changing throughout the game. All right, so that's Harvest Madness. Now, if at any point the Harvest token gets to the skull, we die, I think. Let's make sure that we look. If your Harvest Madness increases beyond level 3, you immediately lose the game. Yes, death. I knew it. Now, when resolving a heart, so like when resolving a gain a heart, you may recover health as normal, or instead we can choose to reduce our madness level. So just as an example, if we wanted to do like a short rest, we could choose to instead decrease our madness level, which could help us from, going too far with it. All right. If your Harvest Madness drops to a lower level, you must discard the corresponding Harvest Madness card. So if we're at level 2 and we have the level 2 Madness card, we are going to drop down to the level 1. And we have to get rid of the level 2 Madness card. But when we go back up again, we get to gain new ones, I think. Let me just double check before I remember most of it, but it's been a couple days. If your Harvest Madness later returns, you once again draw 2 cards. Yep, exactly like I said. Okay. Some Harvest Madness once per turn effects require you to flip the Harvest Madness card face down during upkeep phase, flip it face up. So we'll just need to remember that. But that's everything with Grimlash. So his big thing, Harvest Madness, and these cards that are going to be giving us different things that we can do, abilities, and then of course if we take our madness too far, we die. I'm going to check on chat. Hey, Jeff's here. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead and out of this world. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, okay. We got a lot of votes. It's pronounced Layla. Thank you. Thank you, Layla. Okay. So, hello, Jade and Jeff. I'm so jealous. Minnie's not on pre-order yet. Can you show them a bit closer? I certainly can. I wish I usually have my close-up camera, but because I'm using my phone, I no longer have it, but I will try to put them up to the camera. Graveyard Game Yard. Joy is amazing. We've got a lot of joys. Joy, Vicky. Hi, Dee. Welcome to the stream. We have another Vicky, Joy. I think the most votes here are for Joy, so we're going to go with Joy. Excited for this one. Went to a corn maze yesterday. We went to a haunted corn maze this weekend. Very scary stuff, which I love. And then what else? Is Rotten Harvest a new episode? I don't think I've heard it. It's the newest one. It's on pre-order. I believe I just saw somebody say that they were able to pick it up at Essen. So yes, it is a pre-order. Okay. Been shipping in the US right now-ish. Nice. Perfect week for, this is a perfect week for this set for sure. So we are going to be playing with Joy. Let's put her out. She's got 6 health. Love that journey for me. So 6 health. Okay, so we've already talked about Grimlash. Let's talk a little bit about Shady Acres. Now, the big thing about Shady Acres is we have some kids that are hanging out at the farm. All right, the children. Now, the children are not minions. Okay, so they are on the board. They are against us. We don't care for the children. And I just have to, they're wearing little overalls. That's so freaking cute. One of them is going to start out on the board here, but the children are not minions. Okay, so they're not going to be performing in the same way as a minion would, but they will be taking their own turn. But let's talk about that. Okay, So the first thing we have is this token here. That is going to signify what the children do on their turn, and that's going to go above the killer section. And if you're playing with a killer that has minions, it goes even above that. Okay? All right, placing it on the finale card. Very good, very good. So, children have gone missing. Happens. It has been rumored that they've been doing some despicable things. The children card has the children's health, so they each have 1 health. Their attack value is 1, and their movement is also 1. Not minions, they are just considered straight up enemies. They have their own action line, so we're going to follow that at the beginning of the killer phase. Okay, so once again, if you have minions, they're even going to go before the minions. Children do not resolve killer or minion actions on tarot cards. So if you're familiar with the game, if there's minions do everything the killers do. The children are different. Okay. So when the children act, we're looking for the little C symbol. Alrighty. Let's see what else it says. Children are activated 1 at a time, starting with the child closest to the altar of the old gods, which is this space right up here where 1 child will start. And it just so happens our killer is also there. So that's fun. So they're activated 1 at a time, closest to the altar of the god, and ending with the child farthest from that space. There are a total of 3 children. Okay. During the upkeep phase, we will spawn a child by placing its meeple on the altar of the old gods. If all children are already on the board, or if there are no victims on the board, the spawn is ignored. All right. Children may be attacked and killed. If a child is killed, their meeple goes back onto their card and they are available to be spawned in the future. So, oh, I forgot to change what we're playing. Oh my God, how embarrassing. Hold, please. I need to change that because people are going to be like, this doesn't look like Razorface at all. Anyways, so the children are never like dead, you know? They didn't want to do dead children. Just dead for a minute. Just dead for a minute. The heck is going on? Hi, Mike. One can only assume that it is Mike. We are playing Rotten Harvest. There. That's better. Now nobody's confused. All right. Now, if you choose to attack the children and there are more than 1 of them in the same space, you're attacking all of them. So if I'm doing an attack that has 2 damage, there's 2 children, I can spread that damage out. You can divide it amongst them. Any leftover damage is, of course, lost. Now, victims, they won't follow you into a space with a killer. However, they will follow you into a space that contains children unless it also contains the killer. So in this example, nobody would follow us in here because the killer is also in there. And during the panic phase, victims on a space with a child will panic if at least 1 victim was killed that turn. That is something that I'm going to forget. So you guys know, just remind me and I'll see it a couple minutes later. No big deal. All right. So for the children, they have a new symbol. It might be easiest for me to show you here. Kind of looks like hands tied because that's exactly what it is. Abducted victims. So the children are stealing victims. Children will appear to be under the control of ancient gods and abduct people to offer them as sacrifices. When the children resolve the abduction action, which is part of their killer phase action, while in a space with the victim, we are going to roll a die. On a 1 to 2, the victim has been abducted to the altar of the old gods and sacrificed, aka killed. So we're going to return the child to the altar of the god space, then increase bloodlust as normal. Place the victim on the back of the top card of the ancient curse deck. So there's 3 spaces. When we fill these 3 spaces with victims, we will flip over that card and something is going to happen. And then we have a new one that we can fill up. Okay, on a 3 to 6, the child failed to abduct the victim and nothing happens. All right, if there are no victims in a child's space, when resolving the abducted, treat it as an attack instead. So that's basically like if I'm in the space and there's no victims, then they're going to attack me instead. Now the ancient curses is the last, it's almost the last thing. As soon as there are 3, like I mentioned, we are going to flip it over. I'm going to have to shuffle these again. And the old gods have been fed. So they're eating the victims. You know how it is. And they're going to unleash a curse upon the children's enemies. We will remove the victims from the card and reveal the ancient curse card, putting it into play. And we can have multiple. And there are lots of these in the deck. Last but not least, there's a new type of space here. They are field spaces. So these are the yellow outlined spaces. They've got a little like wheat symbol in them. Bad things always seem to happen in the field spaces. So anything with a field space icon, it may be referenced on cards. So that's kind of what we are looking for. And maybe let's put this here. I'm trying to put these all in places where I won't forget about them. But I think that's everything. So we'll leave those close by. Let's check in on chat and then let's play some Final Gal. All right. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Kid Meeples rock. Yeah, they're very cute. They've got little overalls on. Mistitled as Razor. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Layla. I didn't even see that, but I think we probably realized at the same time. Those children are hit or miss. Last game for me, it was a hit. Oh, Alan. Alan, I hope you are not sacrificed in this game, but we all know you probably will be. Are they starting together? Maybe it was Bring Your Child to Work Day. Yes, Grimlash and his child. Nice. All right. I haven't killed a child in this feature film yet, so I spend the game running from a mob of crazed kids. Totally. Hello, Board to Play. Welcome to the stream. Outlander. We have your woman. It's the who's who of board game streaming world. Yeah, no kidding. I think I want Rotten Harvest more than I thought I did realize all the mechanics involved. Yeah, so the last time I've played this when it was in its prototype form. I have not played the final version, but I had a lot of fun in the prototype. Little overalls and the meeples. I'm obsessed. Yeah, Jeff, why don't you answer Mike's text? Good question. All right, guys, I say let's start. Can I zoom out quick? I can. Let's do it. So we need to pull our first. Oh, I have to show you. I don't have my little camera set up, so I'm going to show you the items. I'm going to try to hold them up to this camera. At the old barn, we have children's toys, which allow us to replace a child with a victim. Can you see? Maybe if I do this. Maybe not. I don't like not having my other camera. Man, technology sucks sometimes. So we have children's toys. We have a scythe, and then we have a corn cob pipe. If I acquire any of them, I will read them all out loud. Ugh, I wish my camera was working. It's not fun not to have an up front camera. Hi, Geoff. How's it going? Let's choose some random things and hope we give ourselves a little bit extra life. Alrighty, so let's get started. Let's pull that first event card. Pacham. Oh my god, literally every game, every single game now, we're starting with a special victim. We have Ralph the Mechanic. Something need a fixin'. Place Ralph in Ralph's garage. Oh. Okay, where's that? Down here. Well, with Ralph, if you take any items with limited uses, add an extra tracking marker, even though it will exceed the number of circular spaces. Ooh, Ralph is helpful. Love it. Love it, Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph. All right, so you guys know the drill. We're starting with the 2 middle dice and all of my 0 time cards. And we're going to try to live just a little bit. Now, one thing. I have to save 6 victims to flip my card, but I do think it's quite worth it because she ignores either a damage or losing a heart. So we could save some victims. And we have an exit space over here. I don't want to save Ralph. So we have exit space here. And here, there's only 2. Ooh. But at Ralph's garage is where that corncob pipe is, and that lets us decrease horror 3 times. I kind of want it. So maybe we'll move this way, and unfortunately, I think I might have to save Ralph. It is what it is. But you know the drill. We're starting with a focus. We must focus before we can do anything else. Okay, So we will decrease horror, spend 1 time. Very good. And now let's go for a walkie. All right. So I'm going to try to get these guys out of here and then maybe stop, get a search card. Whoa. A star bounced right out. All right. So I could, I'm going to get rid of my short rest and my weak attack to make it 2 stars because this is the way we should be starting. It's going to allow me to move 2 spaces. I'm going to go down 1 time and we are going to save these 2. RIP to Ralph. Not RIP, but RIP to his helpfulness. So he's just going to be gone. Now, because it doesn't say I can't save him. If Ralph leaves play, discard. Well, he wasn't in play for very long. So I think what I'm going to do is immediately boop, boop, decrease horror twice and get that 3rd die. You'll love to see it. Now I have 4 time and I think I'm going to stop. I still have a walk and a focus. I'm going to stop where I am because I would like to get a search and a sprint. I'd really like to get that corn cob, although here's the thing. I don't really need to discard, but I might. Will I? There's not a lot of horror happening up here. I'm wondering if that's worth it. Or instead, if I should get 2 sprint cards. I think I might do that. Call me crazy. Or don't. Whatever you want to do. But I might do that because there's not a lot of horror here. I don't know what's coming up in here. Whatever. If I need it, I'll go back. So that's my 4. And I'm sticking to it. Okay. What are people saying? Anything exciting happening over here? Ooh, everybody chatting. I want the tier dice, but I don't have them yet. I still haven't used them. So I actually use AJ's bag variant and randomly draw from the red and tier dice. That's interesting. Do tell. Yes, please do tell. Alrighty, so that's my turn. Now we are going to go on to the killer phase. We have the children going first. They are going to target whomever is closest, and they are going to move. They have 1 movement. So they have access to more victims if they go here. And they care more about victims than they care about me. So I think that's where they would go. Because it's like, I don't think those spaces are attached. So it was equidistant. Then they're going to abduct. They cannot abduct because there's nobody in their space. If they can't abduct, they attack. Once again, there's nobody in their space. Tough. Tough for them. Okay, now the killer. They are going to target whoever's closest, move 1 space, attack, and if... Oh my God, I need my glasses. If a victim was killed, then we increase madness. So they're going to look at who's closest and move 1 space. Once again, they have more access to people here. They will attack, but there's nobody there. If a victim was killed, we increase. Interesting. Very interesting that they only move 1 space specifically. All right, let's do terror. Pachow. Oh, there we go. A bad moon rises. So we're increasing madness, harvest madness. Now someone's going to die. Love it. Okay, so they are targeting whomever's closest. They've got lots of options here. They will move twice and attack. They're not going to need to move twice. I think they'll come down here and they're going to attack. And we all know who this is. That's Bobby. He always dies first. RIP to Bobby. Bloodlust will go up 1. And that's it. Whatever. You know, we all know Bobby dies first. It's just is the way we play. It's fine. He's used to it. He always comes back to life. It's great. Okay. So now it's going to be back to me. And I really want to save some people. So maybe we sprint. And then we'll see how far I get. And then I'll decide which way to go. That's what I think. Oh, there's an upkeep. During upkeep, if there are victims on the board, spawn a child on the altar of the old gods. I will continue to forget that. And we have to panic. My God, you guys, what am I doing? All right. Sorry. I'm going to forget to do all of those things literally all of the time. Has anybody yelled at me yet? Gotta run to work meeting. Bye. Bye, Jeff. R.I.P. Bobby. You know how it is. All right, let's run. Maybe not. Or maybe we don't. I will get rid of 2. Can you imagine having 3 dice and rolling no stars? Because that's what just happened. So this is going to allow me to move 2 spaces. Where am I here? Yeah. Yeah. I could come up into this space and just try to run along the road. Let's do it. 1, 2. We lose a time. And I say, hey guys, I'm just going to pick you up so that we can run away. All right. And then I have 1 more sprint. I better roll more stars. Yeah, I was going to say, love watching you play Final Girl. Have you ever thought of adding the cool meeples from Etsy? I have thought about that. And I just have never gotten them. I don't know. Ugh. My God, I did get a star. That's still not that great. We're going to go 1, 2, and I'm taking the victims with me. I'm just wondering now. I was here. That's quite silly. I could literally get them out. 1, 2. We'll bring them here. I'm further away from people, but I've saved 2. So we will, boop. We will decrease horror. Now I can gain a time or move a space. I think let's see, I'm at 5. Oh, I'll be at 4 because I sprinted. So gaining a time would put me at 5. Does that matter to me right now? Not really. So maybe I'll just move a space. I'll go in here. Okay. So that's going to be it for me. That was not a great turn. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have 4 time to spend. I will get back. A walk, a short rest, a weak attack, and a focus. Not great. So I have 1 tiny little movement. So I'm wondering, I could get a search because up at that old barn is where those children toys are, and that's not bad. I'll get a guard and a search. You know, never hurts to have a little bit of protection. So I've been told. All right, what are people saying? The laptop is too far. I hope everybody is excited to know that I have made myself an eye appointment to get new glasses. So hopefully I'll be able to see better soon if I wear them. Love that variant. Love watching you play. Oh, we already talked about that. Yep. What cool meeples. Yeah, there's ones that people have painted the victims and the final girl and everything. So you can, they're just a little bit more thematic, which is cool. Okay, so that's everything for me. We're going back to the killer phase. Children. Ooh, somebody's getting abducted. So they're going to go here. He will go here. And then we're abducting. So one of these, this is Billy. Billy's always a second, is getting abducted. Okay. When somebody gets abducted, they go to the ancient curse. I believe. 1 to 2. Oh, no, wait. We have to roll. My bad. All right. So we have to roll. On a 1 or 2, they are abducted. 3 to 6, they fail. 4. Okay, so they failed. So they are not abducted. Ha! Love that. Okay. That's perfect. Just wanted to make sure I was doing that right. Very good. Okay. And there's nobody for this one to abduct, so they're not gonna. If there's nobody to abduct, but there is, so they're not attacking. Perfect. So Grimlash is gonna go. He's moving 1 space. I think he's gonna go here because it's equal for those. He'll attack, but there's nobody there. If a victim was killed, increase madness, but there wasn't. So we are just going to go straight to that terror card. Boom. Out of gas. Place 3 new victims in the road space connected to the hayfield. Where's the hayfield? Hayfield. Oh, right here. Very close. Very close to Grimlash. And then we're going to pull an event card. I love event cards. Oh, look at that. It's Sally McCoy. Grandpa always said something wasn't right with the dirt here. Place Sally in the McCoy farmhouse. Where is that? Up here. All right. When Sally is saved, find the Combine Keys item card. Reshuffle the item decks if necessary. If you already have the Combine it's Combine keys, then increase time instead. Okay, so that's if she gets saved. Let's put her down here because I will forget. Okay. Was that everything? That was everything. Sheesh. Bye, Billy. Never mind. Yeah, whoopsies. Jamie, do you think you'll ever come to Spiel? I would love to come to Spiel, Essen, sometime. I don't know when. Because we're opening up the cafe this coming year, so travel is going to be very limited. Like, I don't think I'll be doing, like, any conventions in 2026, I want to say. It's hard to say. Do you spawn the third child? Yep, sure do. I sure do. Boop. Sure do. Ran out of gas right in front of him. The cinema of it all. Rotten Harvest looks pretty cool. It is. Events are my favorite, even though they're usually bad. Agree. I agree. The events build the story, and they just make it more fun. Okay, so the third child went out during upkeep. Nobody is panicking, because if anybody had died in this space... Oh, am I reading that right? For the children... Nobody died this turn, so it's fine. But I need to remember this thing. During the panic phase, victims on a space with a child will panic if at least one victim was killed that turn. If at least one victim anywhere? Tell me how you guys read that. That's different for me. Let's see. You guys will tell me. How should I interpret that? I'll read it again. Put it in the comments. During the panic phase, victims on a space with a child will panic if at least one victim was killed that turn. So does that mean the victim can be killed anywhere and they panic? These are good questions that I don't have answers to. No, a victim was not killed this turn, so we're all good right now. All right, so here we go. I don't have a lot going on, but I can search. If I get 2 stars in here, I could take the top 2 cards. But if I can get over to the old barn, but I can't reach the old barn this turn. So maybe I will search and we'll just see. I mean, honestly, 3 horror decrease could come in handy later for sure. Victim will panic if any victim was killed in any enemy space. That's crazy. Are you opening a board game cafe? I am opening a board game cafe in the spring here in our little town of Mahone Bay in Nova Scotia. Jeff and I are opening up a board game cafe called the Cozy Gull Hobby and Game Cafe. There we go. We got 2 stars. Love it. Yeah, so that's kind of like, if people are like, oh, why are you so busy all the time? That's why. We're literally putting in floors. We're doing permits. We're painting. I'm testing recipes. I'm doing all of this stuff. I have a co-op student now who's literally doing all of the game inventory. Poor kid. But he's learning a lot about board games, which is very exciting for him. Okay, so I got 2 stars for this search. So I get to take the top 2 cards and see what I want. Ooh, okay. The corn cob pipe allows you to discard it to decrease horror 3 times. The rusty pitchfork is a 2-handed weapon, 2 extra hits. If there are no successes in your final horror roll result, discard rusty pitchfork. I think I'm going to take the pitchfork. Just because I already am at full, like I'm at the top here. All right, so we're going to decrease time by 1. Love that. Then I say we may as well go for a walk. Well, we should, I guess. We could go for a walk. If I do have a weak attack. If I go for a walk and I get 2 stars, I can't. No, I was going to say, can I reach him? I cannot. So I could move my way up here, or I could stop and buy some stuff. I might sell some stuff. Okay, I'm going to sell a short rest for a time. I am going to sell a focus for a time. Okay, so that gives me 7. I could get a, whoa, these are backwards. Don't like that. I could get a critical blow, but that's like all of my stuff. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to get a furious strike for 4. A sprint will make it 6, and then a close call will make it 7. Okay. And then I am getting a walk and a focus back. So that's a pretty decent hand. 2, 4, 6, 8 cards. Perfect. That's what I'm going to do. I'm preparing myself for later. And now I have a pitchfork. So who gonna stop me now? You know what I mean? That's so cool. Going to for sure visit next year. Please do, Dee. That would be awesome. Yeah, we're opening up a game cafe with an Airbnb above it, which is also cool. Final Girl having an option to use the corncob pipe to chill out the horror Mark Twain is amazing. Agreed. Okay, so I think that's it for my turn. But yeah, the cafe stuff is very exciting. I'm 10 out of 10 excited, but obviously it's just like, it's a lot of work and there's a lot going on. So it's a little bit stressful, but that's okay. What's life without a little bit of stress and chaos? So children are moving towards the closest victims. I'm wondering, yeah, this guy's probably going to come down here because there's so many victims there. Somebody's dying this round for sure because he's going into that pile of people. All right, now we are going to abduct. Oops, you have to move. Boop. So we have to roll. On a 1, somebody gets abducted. Okay, so this Billy is getting abducted. They're going to go on the Ancient Curse card, and we increase Bloodlust, which is going to increase our Madness track. Just make sure, return the child to the altar of the gods. You got it. Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure I'm doing all of that right. This one curses nobody. This one, curse. So let's see. Abduction. Oh God. Another one has been abducted. Bloodlust goes up again. Back to the altar with you. Yikes. Who is that? Must be... No, there's another Sally on here. Cynthia. Billy and Cynthia have been abducted. Sucks to be them. Sucks to be them. Okay, so that was the children. That's lovely. Then Grimlash is moving in here. So he's moving 1 space. He will kill Jessica. And if a victim was killed, which they were, so we have to increase this, which flips our dark power. Rite of the Corrupted. During the upkeep phase, we're going to increase Madness if Harvest Madness did not increase this turn. We have to remember that. And we have to increase it because of something else. Oh yeah. If a victim was killed, we increase. Now we're going to draw the top 2 Madness cards, and then we get to choose one. We have Decaying Humanity and Vile Prowess. So for Decaying Humanity, flip this card face down to convert one of these by discarding 1 action card instead of 2. That's pretty good. Vile Prowess, flip this card face down when you roll 2 unmodified successes and gain 4 time. Decaying Humanity feels like the one that I should take instead. All right, let's put those over there. That's pretty good. Okay, so I can use it. I flip it, and then during upkeep, I think I can reflip it. Pretty sure it's every round, but let us double check. Once again, it's my first time draw. Yup, when resolving, blah, blah. Once per turn effects, you require to flip card. Yeah, you flip it back during the upkeep phase. That's good. That's really good. So into these mechanics. Yeah, this is a really fun set. Grimlash didn't totally catch my eye. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, Jess, sometimes One of my best friends' name is Jessica. And so I often just go to people that I know besides like Bobby. I just feel like Bobby is the most common name in horror movies, maybe. Okay, so that's it. We didn't even do a tarot card yet. Good Lord. All right, here we go. Chow time. Yes, another event. Place 2 new victims in the old barn. Where is that? Old barn. Lovely. And 2 new victims in the cow pasture. Beautiful. And then we're going to draw an event card. Woohoo. It lurks between the rows. Panic every victim in a field space. All victims that panic into the killer's space are killed. Got it. It's going to be a lot of panicking happening here. Okay, so panic everybody in field spaces. We'll start down here. Whoa. I'll stand them up as I go. Oh, that doesn't matter because that's not a field space. This one. They're staying put. Not a field space. Oh, that's it. Nobody else is in a field space. Got it. Nobody has run into the killer's space, which is great. Discard this card. Boom. Roasted. Okay, now we've got some panicking to do. We sure do. So, during upkeep, there's now a bunch of stuff that happens. The children, if there are victims on the board, spawn a child on the altar, but there are none to spawn, so we ignore. Perfect. What do you do? During upkeep phase, if the harvest madness did not increase this turn, but it did. So we don't have to worry about it. Now we panic. These 2 have to panic. A 5 here. This one's going to panic. Another. Okay, perfect. And there's no victims in spaces with children. If there were, we would have to panic them as well. I think that's everything. Sheesh. Back to me. So, I only need to save 2 more victims in order to flip my card. What is my fastest path? It's probably this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, can't go through there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'd have to go back here. So I only have 1 sprint card. Is that my shortest path? Yeah, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5. Well, I'm not getting there this turn, I don't think. But let's try to sprint. I do have a Furious Strike. Let's just roll the dice and see how much movement we have. Well. Okay, we'll lose a time. I do have this. Flip this card face down to convert one of these by discarding 1 action card instead of 2. So I'll discard 1 to flip this over. Now if I so that's only giving me 2 spaces. 1, 2. If I move 3 spaces, I can come up here and I can attack him because I do have a Furious Strike card. And I have my Rusty Pitchfork. That's not nothing. So I do think, I'm going to get rid of, and I know people are going to be like, why are you doing that? I would prefer to get rid of the close call than use it. So that's going to allow us to move 3 spaces. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. We hanging out. And then I'm going to attack him with a Furious Strike. Because if my turn ends, I'll have 5 time to spend. Do I want to... I'm going to, before I do that, sell my weak attack card to get 6. So I have some moolah. So I can at least get a retaliate if needed. All right. Whew. Okay. So I do have my Rusty Pitchfork. I'm not getting rid of these cards. If there are no successes in your final horror result, I have to discard, but there was. So 1 star is 1 hit, decrease horror, end my turn. Was it worth it? Probably not, but it's fine. So I will hit them 1, decrease horror, which will increase my time, end my turn. Okay. Oh, sorry, I hit them for 2 more. I have my pitchfork. Doy. So I hit them for 3. So they're down to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now that ends my turn, which is fine. That's fine. And I have 7. So we are getting a retaliate. Because he's obviously going to be hitting me. I do have a guard as well, just FYI. I will get a sprint, and I'll get a close call, and then we're getting these 2 back. Okay. So it's not a terrible hand to have. I got some protection. I have some movement, so I can try and save some people. You know, it's going to be great. All right. Now, it is back to the children, the kiddos. They're going to go here and here. And then they are going to attempt to abduct. They miss. No abduction. Which is good, because 1 more, and we've got that ancient curse coming up. Nobody wants that. Then, Grimlash, he doesn't need to move. He's in my space. He will attack me. Little does he know, I retaliate. Do you only get rid of the pitchfork if no successes for an attack, or is it any failure? It says, if there are no successes in your final horror roll result, discard. So this would be after like manipulating the dice and everything, because it's in your final horror roll result. Okay. So I had 1 star, which means I don't. But if I didn't have any stars, or if I wasn't able to manipulate it, then I'd have to get rid of it. So he's trying to hit me for 2, and I have a retaliate. Love that journey for me. So I am ignoring all of his attack. I'm hitting him for 2 plus my pitchfork. So I'm hitting him for 4. And I love that. That's great. If we could do this every single time, I would be very happy about that. Sheesh. Pumpkin monsters typically have their shots. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. Okay, so let's pull a tarot card, I guess. Well, let's just see. If a victim was killed, increased madness, but they weren't. So terror. Something wrong with the kids. Correct, there is. The children treat all field spaces as adjacent to each other. And then the children are doing something. And then we're increasing horror, which is still fine. Okay, children only. So they are going to move and abduct. Once again, they have 1 movement. So they're all coming in here. Lovely. So we'll start with this one. No abduction. Children number 2, no abduction. Child number 3, no abduction. These kids suck at their job. They suck at their job. So I am decreasing horror, but I'm still in the green. Children treat all spaces as adjacent to each other. It didn't really matter because it was closest for them to come here, I think, anyway. Yep, that would have made the most sense. They just moved. Okay, so that's fine. Nobody died, so we don't have to worry about it. We're going to flip this. What else happens during upkeep? Nobody's panicking. During upkeep, if the Harvest Madness did not increase this turn, we increase it. And it did not increase this turn. That's everything, right? I think. Pretty sure. Final horror roll for any card or only when trying to use a pitchfork, for example. Oh, I'm making the assumption that it's when you're trying to use the pitchfork. If there are no successes in your final horror roll result, I don't know. How do you guys interpret that? Feral cult children are not showing much teamwork. They're really not. Don't panic. Bring a towel. So yeah, how are people interpreting that? Because I interpret the pitchfork as if your final horror roll as in your attack horror roll, but maybe it isn't any. Don't know. Super care. Somebody let me know. Okay, so that's them. It's back to us. And I do not have any attack cards, which is brutal. That's okay. That's okay. We are going to run because we can. I'm going to try and pick somebody up on my way, I think. I'm not really going to be able to. I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But I need people, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to. Well, I do have a walk. So we'll see. Let's roll. Otherwise, it would say any horror roll. Only when using the pitchfork is how I read it as well. Yeah, I think that's right. That makes sense. That would be really punishing otherwise. Not that they're adverse to punishment, but sprint. Okay. 2 stars. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll decrease time by 1. Oh my God, what a mess. And I do have a walk. So let's try and save them and flip this card, shall we? Oops, I'll put that here. Regardless. Well, no, not regardless. 2 stars. That's giving us 2 spaces. So we're going to go 1, drop our friends off, which is going to give us 2 time. Bop, bop. 2 time. We lose 1 time, though. Back down. We have completed Joy's card. Let's flip it. Boop. Just as a reminder, once per turn, you may ignore a single damage or loss of a heart. For each additional victim saved, decrease horror. Pretty darn good, my friends. Pretty darn good. And I still had 1 move left, so I'll come back here. That's about it. This is all I have left. That's not really super helpful. Literally, none of these are very helpful. So we're going to stop and we're going to buy some stuff. Avoiding picking up from search, I mean. Okay, so I have 6 time. I actually, before I end my turn, I'm actually going to sell 2 cards to go up to 8. Now I'll end my turn, and I will get a critical blow. Should I get a sprint? I still have a guard. He's still only hitting for 2. I'm at full health, so I think I'm going to get a sprint. Yeah, why not? That's going to be my cards. And then I'll get a focus, a walk, and a weak attack back. We're going to try and kill this guy. Chop off his silly little pumpkin head. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Love it. And I didn't even use this. So, that's it for me. We're going to go back to them. The children are going to try and abduct some people. And if we don't get any abductions, then that's great. But if we do, Bloodlust is going to go up and the Ancient Curse will flip. So here we go. 1. Nope. 2. Nope, because it's only on a 1 to 2, right? 3. Nobody has been abducted. Sucks to suck. Okay. Then Grimlash. Oops, somebody's going to die. He's going to move here. And then we got Julia Gulia. Dead. So Bloodlust will go up. I will lose 2 hearts. No, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? They gain 2 hearts. Ugh, that's worse. I would rather lose 2 hearts because they were almost dead. Annoying. If a victim was killed, which they were, we are increasing. So we're at level 2 now. Top 2 level 2 cards. Let's see what we got. So we have Primal Madness. Nope, that's not what it says. Primal Awareness. Flip this card face down during the action phase to resolve an action card. costing 3 time or less from the action tableau as if it was from your hand. All consuming energy. Flip this card face down during a horror roll and increase horror to change 1 die roll to a success. No thanks. No thank you. Let's get rid of that one. I will take this one. We should put them over here. Primal awareness. So once again, I can use this during the action phase to resolve an action card costing 3 or less from the tableau as if it were in my hand. Now, I don't remember. Do I have to get rid of my level 1 when I go to level 2? I do. Card ability remains in effect as long as your Harvest Madness remains at that level. Okay, so this one is gone. I really liked that one though. Okay. That happened because madness increased because of this. So we still have to do a terror. No, you keep level 1. Are you sure? Did I not just read that? The Harvest Madness card abilities remain in effect as long as your Harvest Madness remains at that level or above. It might help if I read the whole sentence. Thank you for saying that, because I would have just gotten rid of it. There are exact same 2 cards I chose for my first game. Love it. Thought it stays. You guys are right. You're right. Right you are. I'm very happy that you're right. Okay, so now we're tarot carding. Ooh, I'm getting a level 3. I'm getting close to death. All victims in your space panic. There are none. And then we're increasing. Boom, boom. So we're going to get a level 3. Which is exciting. But at the same time, I'm getting close to death. So let's get our level 3 card. Boop, boop. Let's see what we got. Fiendish Vitality. When you flip your black health funnel token, recover 2 hearts if it's blank. It's risky. Because what if I have 3 hearts? I don't know. Entangled Fates. Whenever you would draw a tarot card, draw 2 and resolve 1, placing the other card on the bottom of the deck. I like it. Let's do that one. I'm scared. But I can kill it. Like, I'm going to kill this guy. Let's not worry about it. He's going to be dead soon. It's going to be great. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit too cocky. We need to do upkeep and panic. And we are going to be panicking some people. Okay, during upkeep, if Harvest Madness did not increase, it did, so we're not worrying about it. Children, no. Not going back there. But somebody died. I believe it was Julia. So we have to panic. So this one's going to panic. Up here. And all of these will panic as well. There. There. One more. There. Okay. Very good. And they all panic because somebody died this round. If in case you're like, what are you doing? It's a great question. You should always ask that anyway. Have to head back to work. Womp womp. I hope when you come back to check in on the resolution that it will be a good one for me. Okay, back to me, peeps. And I do have a critical blow and a pitchfork. So I have to get up to him. Do I have a sprint? I do. So we be sprinting. Oops. That's got to go back to 6. Okay. I only need 2 spaces, so boop, boop. Put that down. 1. Then we're going to critical blow, and we're just going to see, is there anything I can do? So let's keep in mind, I can use that. This one, 3 or less. No. Tarot cards, no. So we'll keep this one out in case. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm doing a critical blow. I do have my pitchfork, and I do have a decaying humanity. Just FYI. But we don't need any of that because we just rolled 3 stars. Because it's a 3-star queen kind of day. And I don't have to end my turn, which is amazing because I have a weak attack. All right, so they're dead. I hit them for 3. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate that. Yuck. Okay. Whatever. Horror decreases. I think when that happens... What happens when that happens? Does everything stop? They don't usually have health left. Or do I keep my turn going? This is a good question. Good thing I have the rule book right here. And then you'll say, Jamie, don't you play this game on a weekly basis? Yes, I do. How do you not know the rules off by heart? I just don't. Final health token. If it isn't blank, they come back to life. Replace with white. Done. Based on how much health was showing on the back, make it up. Done. Then remove the final. Done. Whenever someone comes back to life, the current phase immediately ends and play continues to the next phase. God damn it. I still had an attack card. Okay, so that means my turn is done. Whatever. So we're immediately going to the next phase, which is me buying stuff. Phase ends. I wanted to kill them now. Okay, so I have 5. We're obviously getting a retaliate, and we'll get a close call. And then these cards back. So if they come at me, you come at me, I come at you. That's how it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have exactly 10 cards. First things first, the children are doing something crazy. So let's move the children. 1, 2, 3, I guess. Maybe they'll just all go in there, and then they're going to try to abduct. 1, no abduction. 2, no abduction. 3, no abduction. Who needs abduction? These kids need better training. This is why you don't send children out to do the work of the farmer, of the aliens. We're talking about abduction here. Okay, that's them. Nothing happens. So he's in my space. So he's not moving, but he will attack, and I will retaliate. Won't someone please think of the children? Listen, they have one job to do. John, you're not doing a good job. So they're attacking. I'm retaliating. But let us, just for giggles, we can flip this to a star because of this. And I'll just discard 1. Discard my short rest, okay? So now we have 2 stars, so we ignore all of their attack, don't want it. We hit them for 2 plus 2, which is 4. We are overkilling them. Oh, and I would have gotten an extra die. Didn't matter. I would have gotten an extra die, though, because I had adrenaline. Dead. Dead. Dead with a capital D. D-E-A-D. Dead. R.I.P. Pumpkin. Stupid pumpkin. I win. You got him anyways, yeah, with 1 star. I had to overkill him. It's for the thematics of it all. All right, guys, that is Rotten Harvest. This set is very fun. I really like this one. I can see this next time I do a ranking video, which I'll probably wait until a few more come out, until it's like basically, you know, a whole series of games. I can see this one being very high. I think Grimlash is cool. I love the madness. I love the madness cards. They're very helpful. But like getting up to level 3, and now I'm just kind of like, oh no, like what if I have to increase more? And it was very scary. I think the children are really cool. Obviously, they just can't be against somebody with such good dice luck like me. But let's look at the first ancient curse that would have come up is Malevolent Aura. Whenever you enter a space with 1 or more children, increase horror. Omen of Death. Whenever the killer kills a victim, the killer recovers a health. Like, these would have been really punishing. Like, really, really punishing if I had sent more victims to be abducted, but I didn't because of dice rolls. Yeah, I love it. I think this is great. If you haven't thought about getting this one yet, I mean, you saw how it played. I think it's super fun. Let's look at some of the other cards, maybe. So we saw corn cob. Is there anything else? We have a farmer's almanac. This one, after drawing a tarot card, but before resolving it, you may place it on the bottom of the deck. Draw the next tarot card. We got cowboy boots. We got a scythe. We have mechanic's toolbox, a pilgrim's hat, a corn husk effigy. That's pretty good. Children's toys was already up. We have a combine, by the way, and I will, somebody asked to see these up close. So let me just switch to me and see if I can show you these up close. We'll deal with that later. All right. So we have Grimlash. I'm going to try and get up nice and close. Don't focus on me. That's Grimlash. This one, oh, this is Vicky. Kind of hard to see. I'm trying my best. This is Joy. Oops. With her pitchfork. And then we have a combine, so we do have a vehicle. Which we didn't get out. But if we had gotten to Sally McCoy, we could have gotten the combine keys, which let you put the combine out. Oh, let's look at... Oof. So the finale card that we would have had is Withered Harbinger. I can't say that word. For every space Grimlash moves during the killer phase, decrease time. That would have been crazy. Yeah, I love it. I think Joy is a really cool character. I love it. It's great. I recommend all of them, personally. All right. What are people saying? Flip your final token. I would have been dead. Nothing. Go figure. I am the Pumpkin King, Grimlash. I know he's part of McDonald's. And Grimlock is part of Transformers. LOL. Grimace. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. What about hosting a mini? What does that mean? Oh, miniature painting tutorial. I'm not very good at painting. If I had better glasses and I could see what I was doing, maybe I would be better at painting, but I cannot see. Combine is fun. I cleared all the fields with it last game. Not sure if the townsfolk appreciated that. Probably not. Yeah, so that's Rotten Harvest. It's up on the website. If you haven't gotten it and you're interested, you can order it. Super fun. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming again on Wednesday. Where the heck did it go? And we are going to be playing Shriek. And I am very excited. It's a Halloween special. I'm definitely going to play as her because I think she's really cool. Yeah, I'm into it. Mortimer, if you will. But yeah, I think that's everything for today, friends. So I'll see you again on Friday. Same time, same place. We'll do 12 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. And if you're not already in the Vampire Games Discord, join it because I post when I go live. So if you're not sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe because I usually there will be something saying live coming soon. And yeah, I post it in the Foster the Meeple Discord too. So those are the places that you can find out about it. But I think that's everything for today. That was super fun. Thanks for hanging out.